So you know how those town halls have been going horrifically wrong for Republican congressmen. The Republican Party is now telling them to stop doing them. They're telling Republicans, stop talking to your constituents. Stop talking to these people. Now, I'm going to say something that a lot of people don't want to believe, but the people you see going to these town halls, they're not Republicans, most of them. They're mostly left-wing voters. Why? Republican voters don't actually give a Republican voters just vote R and then let these people pillage the nation, destroy everything, plunder all throughout this country, and then just hope maybe it'll fix itself. Republican voters are just like the people they elect. Fools, idiots who neglect their actual duties, don't give a damn about a functioning society, and just sit there. Republican voters don't want to. There's two things. Republican voters don't actually hold their politicians accountable for jack shit. They close their eyes, close their ears, and try to la their way through it, hoping to God everything will sort itself out. It won't. Number two, Trump voters desperately want to believe they're not wrong. They desperately want to run away from the possibility that maybe they fucked up. And because they are so desperate to avoid accountability at any and all costs, they must never confront a Republican face to face. So here's what's going on. House Republicans hit the brakes on town halls after blowbacks concerning Trump's cuts. A number of Republican lawmakers faced significant pushback in their home districts over Elon Musk and Trump's slashing of the federal government. House Republicans are becoming weary and wary of in-person town hall meetings after a number of lawmakers have faced hometown crowds angry about the Trump administration's push to slash government programs and staffing. Party leaders suggest that if lawmakers feel the need to hold such events, they do tele-town halls or at least vet attendees to avoid scenes that become viral clips. So there's no way for them to vet someone because anyone is supposed to be allowed to come in. You dictatorial dicks. The fact that these heads would sit there and say, vet the people, vet them. Vet them for what? The weapon of the tongue? Pause. The power of the tongue? Pause. Their ability to come in there and verbally embarrass you? Is that what you're vetting for? They're so desperate. Like, imagine sitting there basically saying, shove a bunch of people who fuck with you in there to make sure the people who don't fuck with you can't get in. Yo! They're desperate. Hey, D nigga said, do a tele-town hall. Don't touch the plebs directly. Ugh, nasty. Don't get in there with them. Don't actually be in the room with them. Don't actually put yourself in a position to be held accountable by people who don't support what you're doing. Because see, Republicans are like, well, you didn't vote for me, so you're not my constituent. I don't represent you. I represent the people who voted for me. They're brats. They're children. They're basically saying, don't directly stand in front of the plebs as you enrage them with this Doge fuckery. What you should instead do is dodge the plebs, duck the plebs, evade the plebs. Okay, Muhammad Ali, the plebs. Don't let them touch you. Don't let them get too close. Chael's like, I can't let you get too close. You know, Chael's son in them. Don't let them get too close, you know. Make sure Vanderlei don't get too close. So they've now resorted to staying as far from the plebs as one can possibly get and also filling up the room with GOP meat munchers in order to avoid actually dealing with people who know what you're doing. See, Republican voters, they desperately don't want to confront the reality of what they voted in. And most of them have no concept of actually holding politicians accountable. They only believe in screaming at Joseph Robinette Biden. They cannot bring themselves to ever check Donald Trump. Republican servants of Trump have now basically resorted to filling up town halls of their own stooges to run away from their constituents who know what they're doing. We know what you're doing. We know exactly what you're doing. Your constituents might not want to face the reality, but we will. We will. A GOP aide said House Republican leaders are urging lawmakers to stop engaging in them altogether. So Republicans have basically said, nigga, we don't owe you an explanation, nigga. Teleprompter or not, tell a town hall or not. We ain't talking to you, broke bitch. You are a pleb. You are a peon. What did Andrew Tate say? You're a peasant. You're a peon. You're a peasant. You're a peon. You don't deserve to talk to us. And notice how this is not how elected representatives act. This is how unelected dictators behave. I'm kind of convinced, Republican Congress people have no intention of leaving office. They all intend to stay. A normal elected representative doesn't sit there and say, we're just going to stop talking to you. Stop engaging in town halls. Excuse me, we need to know you actually answer to us. We need to know where your loyalties lie. Is it to Trump or is it to us? Clearly, maintaining some kind of image of Teflon is more important to you than actually listening to the constituents. Because the reality is, what you're hearing from liberals right now is the verbal version of what you're going to receive from psychotic MAGAs once this gets too hard for them to bear. You're receiving words from us. What you will receive from the lunatics you have turned on us over the past few years will be 20 times worse than what you're dealing with now. You should probably listen to what liberals are saying in these town halls and stop Musk and Trump now and fucking impeach this fool now, or you can deal with a psychotic American population turning on you, many of whom will be the MAGAs that you're relying upon for your power right now. You can't get away with this forever. Eventually, you all will make this nation so unlivable and so chaotic that even the most loyal of MAGA meat riders will eventually have no choice but to acknowledge the error in their ways. And they won't fully blame themselves. They'll really put all the blame on you. So keep it up. This ridiculous idea of just not doing town halls at all, you think you can run away from this forever? You think the only people who are going to be angry at you are liberals at a town hall? Are you that dense? Do you know how many conservatives aren't that big of a MAGA meat rider? A lot of them are kind of, I kind of lean right. All it takes is this nation going upside down for them to stop supporting you. The only thing that will ever make Trump supporters put the hat away and hide it is if this nation goes to shit under Trump, which it will, by the way. And when that inevitably happens, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You could save yourself that mayhem now by stopping Trump, but you won't, because you think that somehow or another you can have power for yourself on a sinking ship. Absolute fools. Fools. The town halls and the rash of negative headlines have been the first bit of public blowback for members who face voters next year, and the new reluctance to hold them indicates there are bubbling concerns about the impact the cuts could have on the GOP's chances of holding its thin majority in the House next year. They're never doing real elections ever again. Ever. They're going to just rig the elections. Don't think for 1 second they're going to have free and fair elections. That's not happening. Understand, it's not over, but the normal way of doing things is over now. It's over. They won. They won. This election was literally the end game. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Okay? The viral nature of video clips spreading from one district to another means a bad confrontation in state Republican territory could influence voters in battlegrounds. The GOP-led House is trying to enact even deeper spending and tax cuts through legislation that could add as much as $4.5 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. But much of the tension focused on billionaire Elon Musk, the face of President Donald Trump's effort to unilaterally eliminate jobs, contracts, and grants. Musk, who is a special government employee advising Trump, did not require Senate confirmation to take his temporary post. Temporary. These people will not get away with this forever. I would highly advise those who have decided to strap themselves into the sinking ship known as MAGA to abort as soon as possible. This will not end well for you. It will not. And notice how undemocratic and demonic these creatures are. The solution isn't do your fucking job and honor your oath to the Constitution. It's spit in the face of what makes this nation great. betray the people of this country, betray your constituents. Notice how the reaction of these people is dictatorial, autocratic, authoritarian foolishness of, I don't answer to you. I'm not coming here to do a town hall. I don't talk to you. I'm never coming back. I'm just going to stay in Washington and lord and rule over you. And whenever I decide to dirty my presence with you filth, that's when I'll talk to you. And maybe I'll do it in person. I'll probably do it. I'll do a teletown hall. Can't get too close to you people. MAGA, if you motherfuckers aren't going to actually hold your constituents accountable, what the fuck are you even voting for? Like, seriously. You, like, this thing of, like, we're going to vote for mayhem and then, like, not actually go to the... Because it's not MAGA going to these town halls, people. It's fucking Democrats, bro. It's liberals. Because we're the only people who actually believe in this system, believe in democracy. MAGA doesn't even check their own politicians. They just fucking vote them in and just go on about their fucking NPC business. They're fucking NPCs, bro. They really are. MAGA voters really are just NP fucking Cs. They just fucking do whatever they do, vote, and just go back to whatever scripted fucking, like, day-by-day schedule the fucking code is established for them in the AI. Unreal. How these GOP fucks can sit there and say, we're just like never like coming back. Bye. And no MAGA constituents are upset. Pride comes before the fall, and MAGA has an abundance of pride.